Good morning,
Good moment.
good afternoon, good evening.
Good everything. Welcome home. Welcome home, everybody.
Welcome to the weekly miracle healing call of the Ancient Secrets community. And some of you might be wondering, who are you? Who are we? Why are we here? Why do we gather? Susan, why do we do that? Oh, this is Susan.
What again? Yeah, Susan
Joseph.
and Joseph Engman. Good. Nice
Hello.
to see everybody. And we gather each week to share and to love and to experience the teachings of the ancient secrets. Now, here is the book written by Dr. Clint G. Rogers.
We apparently have given all of ours away.
Last week,
and
I
right
gave
now
my
we're bookless.
I gave my last copy away, and I'm sure some of you have had that experience as well. So we are gathered in the spirit and the love and the sharing and the teachings of this incredible lineage that we're all a part of. And I'd like to welcome all the new people. And if anyone is new on this call, can you please put your name in the chat so we can properly welcome you? So now someone held up the book. Thank you, Lynn.
There it is.
Thank you so much.
So this was the book written by Dr. Clint G. Rogers about his time with Pankaj Naram, who was a master of the ancient secrets of Siddha Veda, passed down from the first master Jivaka, and all about how to live life in an abundant, healthy, joyful way, and with good eating, good living, and good loving. So here we are.
Okay.
So we would have a wonderful day ahead of us here, and we would love to have Katie bring us the announcements from the Ancient Secrets world. And Katie, please.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to all of you new people. It is so good to have you here, and always so wonderful to see familiar people too. So I'm going to try and keep this brief because there's a lot to pack in this hour. The first thing is that there will be a special breakout room this morning, immediately after this call, for people who are going to Sedona or interested in learning more about the Sedona trip. And if you are one of those people who should be in that breakout room, if you would put before your name Sedona, so that when the breakout rooms are being created, Cornelia knows who to put in there. So about the Sedona retreat, it's the annual Ancient Secrets Unstoppable Love Celebration, and that is going to be from June 10th, 11th, and 12th this year in Sedona. There are some extra things that are happening with that. On June 9th at 7 p.m. is going to be the celebration of the graduation of our 3-year path training students who have graduated and completed the 3 years. So hooray, congratulations. Also, there are going to be pulse clinics available in Sedona June 5th through the 8th. And we'll have a link for you to sign up for that if you're interested. There's also going to be pulse clinics in Spain, April 24th and 25th. So that's exciting. And let's see, bunch of things. So there will be a 7-day Delicious Detox and a 30-day Delicious Detox. And I'm sorry I did not write the dates down for those, but I'll get that to you. Those will be guided and beautifully guided and taught by Deborah Ann Garcia Wagner, who is an amazing teacher. You will learn so much. There's also, though, we also have some self-guided offerings, and there is a 7-day self-guided detox available, and the Ancient Secrets 101 course is available, and the 100-day experience. And we'll have links for those after these announcements, and when I can get that together to put in there for more information about those. all of those offerings. It will take you deeper into all of what Ancient Secrets are about. There, in addition to this call, which happens every Sunday, we have the Portuguese call on February 25th at 5 p.m. Pacific, and an Asian Pacific call on the 28th at 5 p.m. Pacific. Also, we are looking for a part-time project manager. And to learn more about that and to apply, I'll put the link in, but it's ancientsecretsfoundation.com/join.our.team. And I will put that in. And I hope that that's everything. I'm sorry if I forgot something. That's a lot.
Thank you very
No,
much.
Katie, that's
and,
great.
At the end, when we're going to breakouts, I will walk everybody through 3 quick little easy steps to change your name on the screen. And don't worry about it now, but we'll take care of that so that the people who want to come into the Sedona breakout room for Q&A will identify themselves very easily. So don't, as they say, worry your pretty little mind about
can
that.
we, Joseph, can we do that now? Because I start putting people into that breakout
Sure.
room early. And if you do it at the very end, then it's a little bit hectic for me. So if everyone could do that now.
So everybody take your finger and go to your face.
I want to add something real quick because people may not know that they want to do that yet. So I just want to say, first of all, thank you, Joseph, Susan. Thank you, Cornelia, Katie. Feels amazing to be a part of a team like this and having the music of Gary today and, in a very special week. It's the anniversary of Dr. Ram's passing that was just this last week. And, I posted on Instagram this thing where a lot of people today are joining.
Thought to myself,
First time.
the little eager beaver there, but that's, I guess, normal.
Just 1 second.
If you're starving for company or you want some,
Oh, there we go. So sometimes there's people get unmuted. I just want to say I want to welcome you to this collaborative, co-creative space. I love how Joseph introduced the book Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, and the opening quote says, "I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you, and love will teach you." And I believe love can guide us to create a better world. And I think that's why we're here on the planet. And in a moment, I'll share that little 1-minute video where a lot of people feel like they don't belong here. I know I have that sense where there's a quote that I read said, if you feel like you don't belong in this world, maybe it's because you came to build a new one. And so what Sedona is an opportunity for that. It's an opportunity for us to actually get together and meet face to face. And it's not like your normal event where there's a lot of speaking and lectures. It's more a co-creative space in which you're embraced in this cocoon of love. And then we see what comes out of that space. How does love teach us? And how does love guide us? So the only reason, Joseph, I just wanted to interject this is because people may not know what that is to even put Sedona in front of their name. So at the end of today's call, there's a chance to have a breakout room to learn more about that. Also, I'm going to set up another Zoom call this week. I'm going to put a link in the chat where there's a WhatsApp group. Anyone that wants to actually be a part of a collaborative space about what can we do on this planet to create things that maybe never existed before. Most of the structures that exist on this planet were just invented by humans at some point in history. And Dr. Ram sent me to silence, and I realized that universities, just a game someone invented. Countries aren't a real thing, but humans just invented this. Money isn't actually a real thing, but humans invented this. So when we actually put our creativity in our heart and not let fear, there's so many things in the world where fear can guide us or where ego can guide us. When we check those a little bit and say, how does love guide us? What's possible that we can create together? That's why I'm excited about today's call, about Kristen and Barb sharing their story, because also when we detox our bodies, we get to a better place of creation, of possibility. And then Sedona will be an amazing time for that. And then I'm also going to create another space where this week we have a Zoom call and I'll put a link. Anyone that wants information on that, join this WhatsApp group and we can talk more about that. So Joseph, now I think it would make more sense for you to share how to do that.
Okay, great. Thank you. And very quickly, if you move the cursor in front of your little Zoom box face, 3 dots will appear. And if you click those 3 dots, the very bottom of the drop-down menu says rename.
So do mine.
So if you click on rename, then you can rename and you can write Sedona in front of your name.
Right.
And then click the rename button and boom, you're renamed. So very, very quick and easy. And we can go over that again at the end, but this gives Cornelia a little heads up, time and help. So
Do this on
which one?
this
This one?
is the time.
So
Let's see this.
we have a tradition of dropping, as we say, from our heads to our hearts in this space. And the theme of the upcoming Sedona gathering is now is the time. And we've been blessed with this song that Susan found, and we have spoken to the group of Fearless Soul who offers this, and they've given us their permission to play this song. And so it's a 2 or 3 minutes long or so. And if we could all just kind of listen to this and drop out of our busy minds and into our wonderful, spacious hearts. And then we will go forward from there, and we will bring Dr. Clint back and have a wonderful moment. So thank you for whoever is going to play this, Cornelia.
Are you looking for signs, an answer to the unknown? Has time passed you by? We're waiting for perfection. There will never be the right time for anything. You already have what you need. Take the step you always are talking about. Trust yourself to take the chance you dream about. Now is the time. Today is what you've been waiting for. Don't close your eyes. If you stay here, how will you ever grow? I know it's hard to break free from it all, but now is the time to start. Only you can decide to take a leap of faith. Doesn't have to be sublime. A simple choice can change everything you thought life was and where you are going. You already know what you need. Take the step you always are talking about. Trust yourself to take the chance you dream about. Now is the time. Today is what you've been waiting for. Don't close your eyes. If you stay here, how will you ever grow? I know it's hard to break free from it all, but now is the time to start. You
Now is the time for Dr. Clint to play, introduce his video, Now That We Are in Our Hearts.
Wow, what an amazing song, Susan. That is so beautiful. And what a perfect theme. Now is the time. That will be the theme of Sedona. But the cool thing about that theme is it means now is the time before we even get there. And I just really want to recognize, I see so many people that I love that are here on this call right now that are joining. Some of you I haven't even met, but we're connected on social media, and then many I've met at different places in my life. And I think there's no accident that we met. There's no accident. There's no accident that you're here right now. And I believe even beyond what anyone says, love can guide you if you're open to it, and some inspiration can come about. What is your purpose? I'm going to play a short video, and then Ralph, I don't know, Ralph Anderson, if you can come on video, but I want to talk about you in a moment. Real quick, I just want to share my screen. So it was on February 19th, was a combination of both my mom's birthday and also Dr. Ram's passing. And I just took 1 minute, and as I was walking through the airport, going home to be with my mom and hug her and eat dinner, I just recorded this video. Hey, it's my mom's birthday today. I'm in the airport and heading there. It's also the anniversary of Dr. Ram's passing. And a lot of emotions have come up this week. Oh, so many things have happened, and it really carved out a deep place in my heart. I was talking to one friend about how sometimes I don't feel like I belong on this planet, actually. I don't know if you feel the same way. There's a quote that I read once that said, if you don't feel like you belong in this world, maybe it's because you came here to build a new one. And I like that thought. I want to do things in whatever time I have in this body, in this life, that make this world a better place, and maybe things that have never been created before. And I don't want to do it alone. I know that I want to do it with people that I love, and I want to have the process be as enjoyable as the result. And so if you're watching this now, my invitation from my heart is, do you want to create something beautiful? If so, then send me a message. I'd love to talk with you. Beautiful. And from that, so many people have been contacting me and just saying that, tears in their eyes, or how they resonate with that message. And so that's why I'm so excited about both the theme of Sedona, but also before then. So there's infinite possibilities. It's so fun to have my friend Vanessa here, and her cousin painted this painting called Love Consciousness Rising. And it was something that I won on a raffle on Valentine's Day, the same day in which there's, again, so many emotions and so many things happening. It's the anniversary of my oldest sister when she took her life because she didn't want to be on this planet anymore, And I know that when you feel like you don't belong, there's all kinds of things that can happen in that space. And you may want to exit early from this experience, but there's another choice, which is, why don't we create a place that we want to live? Even when I did the Pulse Clinic in Austin, it was really beautiful. This family came, and the mom said, the grandmother of the family gave me a card, and the card says, you're here to create a world in which you'd be happy to give to your children, or something like this. And when the forces seem overwhelming sometimes, so much confusion and so much media and so many voices, and in this Ancient Secrets community, it's really beautiful. People are here from all different religions all over the world, different races, political persuasions, and it's a place in which we can meet beyond all those layers of what we think we are, the identity of who we think we are, into a place from heart to heart, and saying, okay, how does love guide us? And I had a beautiful opportunity this week to meet an amazing man by the name of Ralph. I don't know, Ralph, if you don't have to come on video, or I can just speak about you, but I was really inspired by this gentleman. He basically, he says, I've been waiting to meet you for over 2 years. And he shared with me not only just the health challenges as I took his pulse, but I said, what do you want? And he said one of the most remarkable things, he's lived an amazing life. He's studied so many things about alternative medicine and so many things. But when I said, what do you want? He says, Clint, I want to be honest. I don't want to go to my grave and not have discovered and lived my purpose. And it really inspired me so much. And when Monica was talking to him earlier on the phone and says, what do you want? He says, I just want to learn these ancient secrets so I can bless more people. And so, Ralph, I just want to gift you something. I'll send it to you today. We're starting Ancient Secrets 101 coming March 8th. Actually, on my birthday will be the first It's a 1-month experience in which we just learn about some of these principles and how we can apply them in all different areas of our lives. So I'm going to send you that link with that gift code. And we have another code for anyone that wants to join that experience as well, a discount code that Cornelia or someone can post in the chat that wants to join something about, okay, how can we detox our bodies, minds, emotions? How do we learn principles that are applicable in whatever is discovering our purpose? Dr. Om says that 95% of people on the planet don't know what they want. 1% of people, or 3%, discover what they want but never achieve it. 1% know what they want, achieve it, but then never enjoy it. And I've met so many of those people with him, billionaires and Hollywood stars and Bollywood stars, but in the process of achieving success, it was toxic in a way. They lost their health or the respect of their family or destroyed some earth or something like that and couldn't sleep. So 1% of people discover what they want, achieve it, and enjoy it. I just want to see you raise your hands. Who wants to be a part of that 1% club? Okay, good. I want everyone here to be a part of that. And I want to be a part of it. And I'm in process. I'm in the journey of love consciousness rising. I'm in that journey right now and discovering in the process how much the journey is so much more enjoyable to be with people that I love and to co-create with people I love. So that's why I put into the chat, and I'll put it one more time. If you want to do another brainstorming session, this one today is a little bit planned, and I'm so excited for what Joseph and Susan have planned. We'll do a little bit more open discussion later in this week, and if you want to know when that is, you can just join that WhatsApp group. But today, I just highly encourage you to remember now is the time to have your heart open, to be guided in new ways regarding your purpose on this planet, and to discover how we can actually live in a way that's healthy and happy and enjoyable. So handing it back to you, Joseph and Susan.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So one of the things that Dr. Clint always says is if an individual is an example of as a microcosm of the macrocosm. And I want to flip that for 1 second. And, when I first saw that quote of, if I felt like I didn't belong, build a new world, I was thinking, well, seems, quite global and maybe overwhelming to some, and doesn't have to be maybe that way, but think about it on the microcosm level of an individual who maybe comes into a family that they're not happy with or not comfortable with, a family filled with anger, and they're a little person filled with love. People who maybe don't see the world the way that their family saw it and can build a new one for themselves to be in. So we all have this opportunity to build our own little world, as at the same time that will be a part of the macrocosm in which creates this new world that we all want to be a part of. So thank you. Thank you.
And we get to do it together. That's a really important thing. There's so much aloneness and loneliness in the world right now. And love called you here. And as I said in the beginning, welcome home. Welcome home. We're home now. And we're going to all sit at the dinner table eating mung bean soup and all kinds of good food and share and support each other, have each other's backs. And it's a profound experience, not only that we see each other in little squares on Sunday, but to see each other in person and really share that energy in person.
This is quite a unique community, and it is global. We are global. As ZZ Top said, we're nationwide.
Someone says, we are family.
And, there's nothing like being in person. The energy that is created by the constellation of each of us together creates something very unique and not possible in the Zoom world. So we'll see you there, hopefully. So today we have a couple more special guests, a few more.
Yes, we do.
We have Barbara and Kristen and Joey. There they are. And
if you could highlight them, if somebody could highlight them, please.
We welcome you and thank you for
There you are.
wanting to share and share your stories with us. And please do little self-introduction, if you will, and why you're here and why now is your time.
I'm Barb. This is Kristen. Joey.
Yes, I'm
That's
Kristen.
Jesus.
Hi.
Oh yeah, that's Jesus. We had to do special to get him in the picture because his head wasn't in
It's
it.
a thruple and a quadruple, or a thruple couple and a quadruple with him.
Okay.
That was Joey.
All right. Well, we're here. We're here because we've had profound experience being introduced into the Ancient Secrets community, and what we've learned and the people that we've met along the journey has changed our life forever.
Yeah. But I mean, to start, well, I guess since you guys are going into 30-day detox things that we were going to share quickly, Kristen and I both did the 30-day detox when did we do it?
October. Or no, at the end of October. It started November. November 1st.
Because it went through Thanksgiving. But for me, I just wanted to share that for me, that was unbelievably wonderful. And I could have never done it without the people, without the support where we got on every day. I would have not made it through the first 7 days, let alone the 30 days. If we didn't have that support of getting on every day and the guidance, that was wonderful. And for me, what it did was I had lots of food addictions. I could not stop doing sugar. I was craving it at night. I didn't even know I was addicted to cheese. They started feeding me cheese and bread sandwiches when I was 3, and I think I've eaten cheese every single day for my whole entire life, or at least a few times a week. I didn't even know I was addicted to it. So when we did that, it completely broke all the food addictions. And so now I, for the first time ever, kind of feel like I have control over what I eat. And that's a big deal because that was making a mess of my life, not having control over my own cravings. So,
but the detox was life-changing for me. Actually, I did the 30-day detox with Barb. She asked me to do it because she wanted someone to do it with her other than the community. And I said, yes, of course I will. Because we had already experienced the life-changing effects of adding mung bean into our diets, because we had the blessing of having an Ancient Secrets Days with Dr. Clint in Syracuse, New York area, where we were introduced to the mung bean. And we started, I started from that day. I had a pulse clinic. The experience of being in the community of all the loving souls that were at that event was irreplaceable. Just being in person with everyone was wonderful. But I added in the mung bean soup every single day from that event on for 30 days. And my pain that I had been experiencing that went away. Like if it was a pain scale of 7 to 8, it dropped down to about a 2 from just adding in mung bean soup into my diet every day and taking away some of the other foods that I shouldn't eat. And then after having the pain loss, and I was able to lose 10 pounds by just changing what I ate and adding in the mung bean into my diet. Then I did the detox and it was phenomenal. I lost another 10 pounds and the pain continued to go away. And my body, I haven't felt so good in years. So
I'm just starting to lose some weight. I lost some weight, but it's just my body's just starting to heal enough to get where I'm going. And actually we eat mung beans all the time. I have a freeze dryer. So we started because we travel a lot and it was really hard to get it in the diet that way. So I actually freeze dry the whole ones like this. Whoops, see. And then I do the split ones and we make them into a powder. And we actually put these in just about everything. I take care of my mom who's 83. And even her soups, we put it in that. I put them in eggs. It's delicious. And then we do all the other ingredients for soups. So if we want to throw something together with just pure hot water on the road, we have the spice pre-mixed and the mung beans, and it takes 5 minutes. We put greens, onions, and then carrots and celery and whatever we want. And so it's really quick. So that's something that if anybody, we have a harvest rate freeze dryer. That is been really amazing to be able to just incorporate that in our lives in that way. So
That's awesome, by the way. That is so cool. I want you to do a special thing on how to teach us how to freeze dry mung bean soup so we can add hot water. That's pretty remarkable.
It's really delicious. Actually, when you freeze dry stuff, it keeps 97% of its nutrition, and it also tastes, it keeps the flavor is really full. If you put it in an airtight container, it lasts 20 to 25 years, but it doesn't last that long around here because, you know, Joey.
I wonder how many sentences end like that because
we don't even airlock it anymore because it's gone like that week. He loves these onions. We put these onions in ghee. I can't even describe. This is the most delicious thing you ever. These freeze dried onions, and you put ghee in, then you like just saute for like a minute. They are so good.
Okay, now I'm definitely hungry, and you definitely have a course on how to do this. And
how about in Sedona? How about in Sedona? You do a little teaching on this.
Sure, that would be great. We can just bring a bunch of it.
Another quote from Dr. Naram, which is change your diet, change your life.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're living examples of the miracles of the Siddha Veda way to live, and pain gone, you know?
Yeah. I think contextually this is really important because as we're, you know, my friend Michael Smith, he says, sometimes we want to change the world, but actually your world is about 10 feet around you, you know, and there's peace there. And then what about the world inside of you? Is there peace there, or is there pain? Is there struggle? And so just from what you're doing, changing your food, and what if healing can be delicious? And if you're the microcosm of the macrocosm and you're released your pain through something delicious, what if we can do that with all the people around us? And I also love the side effects of what's happened with your family and friends. People who are skeptical, you know, the subtitle of the book, A Western Skeptic and Eastern Master of Life's Greatest Secrets. You've had some people who are really skeptical, but they've benefited unexpectedly. Could you share a couple of those stories as well?
Yeah, well, my mother for one, first off, she has always been the skeptic. She's a retired nurse practitioner. And she's always going into different events and things, always at a skeptical viewpoint.
We did Ancient Secrets days. We put it together, and her mother specifically came to see who we had got ourselves mixed up with and to debunk it, and then went out the biggest fan.
So yes, so she went not sure what she was walking into and questioning everything as she should. Because that's who she is. And she was able to get a pulse clinic. She was only going to stay for the first day and then ended up coming back and staying, and was like one of the last people that left the second day, because the love that you feel at a live event with the Ancient Secrets community is like none you've ever experienced before. You have to experience it in person. But thankfully, my mother was able to experience it in person. She received a pulse clinic from Dr. Clint, and she went home and she started eating mung bean soup every single day and followed the recommendations that she was given at the pulse clinic. And her pain, she has really bad knees from a car accident years and years ago, and also for being a nurse for so many years on her feet. And she had one knee replacement, and her other knee is in severe pain all the time, to the point where she can't hardly walk. She had so much swelling in her ankles that it was hard for her to get up to walk from the living room to the kitchen. But after having mung bean soup into her diet and changing the foods that she was eating, that she thought she was eating well. She was eating organic every single day, but it was not what her body needs. She was eating the wrong things for her body, and adding the mung bean soup, she was able to change her. She can get up and walk for a long time. Just like her pain, she told me that on her pain level, it was a 9, and it's down to at least a 2 or a 3 now. And just from adding that in. So she's like, had her life change. And I've had multiple other people. I won't keep going on. I'll give Barbara a chance.
I gotta celebrate that. It's awesome.
It's wonderful.
How it must feel to know your own mom You know,
Absolutely. She was in such pain. She was like in tears. She was in so much pain. And she's this has helped her so much, just so much, because now the attention that she was in having to deal with the pain, she can send that love somewhere else.
Yeah.
Now
So yeah. Well, so the Ancient Secrets days that we had about 100 people, and literally that we could go on forever, but we won't. But it rippled out. It rippled out in all directions from what happened. And then Joey came in at the last minute. Everybody loved the movement and all that. But there was a few people in our family and friends circle that why we asked to have Dr. Clint come in the first place. And one of them was, and I'll try to do this without being all teary. My son's best friend, my son is 35, my youngest son, and his best friend growing up in high school, when they went off to college, and one day on the way to college, he got in a car backed out in front of his motorcycle, and he was in a coma. And then he went through the rehab, and at a point, when he came out of the coma, the insurance said, "We can't help you anymore. We're done. This is as good as ever going to be." And at that point, his mom came to us. At the time, we were doing yoga and fitness. This was years ago. And Kristen and the massage therapist, they worked with him and they got him a little better. But he got to a point about 17 years ago, and that was it. And at the time that Dr. Clint came back in September, his parents had been taking care of him for 17 years with very little improvement. And actually, things were starting to go the other way. And they were they were just in a bad place. It was getting too much.
Of almost giving up.
At the day that we were having the Ancient Secrets days, he was too sick to come. So Dr. Clint went to their house, and it wasn't just him at that point. Then it was his parents were exhausted, getting sick themselves, all that stuff that happens when you take care of somebody who's in a wheelchair and can't take care of themselves for 17 years. And they started to do the things that they got from the Pulse Clinic, and that started to help them. They started to see the light again and have hope. And then Joey went over there one day and started helping Adam. And Adam, again, is a traumatic brain injury, in a wheelchair, can't walk. He can't even lift his arms. They're like this. And Joey worked with him one day. And Cindy, his mom, called me up that afternoon, and she says, "I want to hire Joey all the time." She said, I'm in tears. She goes, Joey got my son to sing. It's the first time I heard my son sing in 17 years.
He was in a band before the accident.
And she said, "I want to hire Joey every minute that he can be in this state." And she also said, if you don't adopt him, I will. So then he's been working with Adam for a few months now, right? And Adam's made more progress in the last few months than he's made in 17 years. Yeah. And he can put his arms up now. He can stand up. He can lean over and be in positions out of the chair. And they actually, and he's also helping the parents. Cindy also told me another couple of weeks later that she hadn't walked up her stairs without pain. And she couldn't even remember last time she went up her stairs without pain. And Joey had worked with her and his father and
the mung beans also, I believe.
And the mung beans. Yeah, the whole thing, just implementing all that stuff. And so that's, I mean, we can just sit here, we won't go on forever, but that's miracle that has happened.
If you come to Sedona, we'll share a lot more in Sedona, I promise.
So till you're bored with hearing it.
Real quick, why are you excited to come to Sedona? What is it makes you excited to come to Sedona?
Well, first of all, I've always wanted to see Sedona. I've heard it's absolutely gorgeous. Second, I love everyone in this community. You are all such a blessing. Coming to an actual live event. I love the online calls. It's wonderful, but there's nothing, you can't explain the love and acceptance and compassion and grace that you receive at these events when you're there live. It's just, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about that. Also, all the things that we learn, like even the 30-day thing. I mean, what they taught us every day. First of all, I could have never got through that without
Deborah.
I needed that.
Deborah was an amazing host. I would like to thank her for the 30-day detox. I don't want to go all over the place, but I just wanted to thank, she's phenomenal. So if anyone's considering doing a 30-day detox, she will be there and she will guide you through the entire process.
Yes. And then we learned a lot of stuff too. A lot of stuff.
I love that you talked about the detox so much, because as we're wanting to, to create it helps when the toxins are gone. Like I know
Absolutely.
even when you're talking about cheese, Barb, I'm like, oh man, I love cheese. You know,
Like,
like I don't know
I
if
didn't
many
even
people
know
are
it was
gonna
a
like
gift.
that idea that they're gonna get off of cheese. But anyway, it's nice when you have choice and creativity and your sleep is better and the pain is gone. Most people don't realize how much that drains. In fact, over the last couple of days, I've had pain for the first time in my life. Not the first time in my life, but the first time consistently in a long time.
Mhm.
It's so nice to know what you can do to relieve that. In fact,
Absolutely.
really sweet. Vanessa gave me a home remedy. I have this rash on my forehead, and so she had me put Manuka honey, you know, because Manuka honey is actually a really beautiful antiseptic and antiviral antiseptic, and which I didn't, you know, there's many things I don't know actually. And the nice thing about having community, I fell in love with Adam when I went there and his
Yeah.
parents. How much
Yeah. They're in my heart. Oh my
and
God.
seeing what Joey did in that space that was beyond what I could have done because I wasn't even there.
Mhm.
It made me so happy I wanted to cry. And so that's the power of letting love guide. Even
But
Carol,
it's,
Carol Ray had the idea to create Ancient Secrets for Emergencies, this
Yeah.
course. And then we learn what home remedies we can use in different cases and what will love inspire you to do? And how will that healing be contagious? And why not start with learning to love yourself more and letting the
Mhm.
detoxins go? So I'm hoping, I saw someone posted the moon soup recipe, but Cornelia or someone, if you can post in the chat about the guided detoxes and also Ancient Secrets 101, anyone that wants to join, I also want to give you a discount code. If you want a scholarship, there's any obstacle to you joining any of these, let me know so we can resolve that obstacle. Because I want you to be functioning at your best so that when we're collaborating and co-creating about what we want to do on this planet, by the time we show up in Sedona, our bodies are free of toxins.
Mm.
Bodies are free of pain. We're sleeping better. Our creativity is more alive, and we're able to collaborate in a space in which really, honestly, some magical things can happen. So I'm going to hand it back to Joseph and Susan, but I want to just
Cornelia, thank you. Whoop, sorry. Thank you. Cornelia,
Will
could
you
you
feature me
could
for
you
a minute?
spotlight?
Spotlight
One
us for a
second.
minute.
Yeah, you're spotlighted.
Okay, good.
Oh, that's awesome.
So this is what creativity did for me. This is mosaic, but I want you to know we're going to get this in every home and every heart. Through Campbell's.
So awesome. It actually reminds me, one of the ways in which Love Guided is this art creativity group. So once every month, people gather, Judy Lamar is the one that actually inspired this in me. 79, walking with a walker, but then, or, a cane, but then after Mong Soup, like all the pain went away. Now walking 2 miles. And when she says it's like the renaissance of my life, I'm no longer an LOL. I'm no longer a little old lady. I want to create. I want to express. And so through art, Sarabjit and this whole beautiful group came together just to express through art. And yeah, so many ways in which who knows what creative flow will come through you, how love will guide you. So thank you so much for letting me be on. Thank you, Barbara, Kristen, Joey. Amazing. I'm so excited what we can create together.
Thank you for having us. It was a blessing.
Also, don't be crazy about the cheese thing. I'm not saying you got to quit cheese. You just want to be in control of the cheese. You don't want the cheese to be in control of you.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for sharing all these beautiful examples of contagious healing. You also brought up the pulse clinics. So hopefully someone can put a link in the chat here. In Sedona, there will also be opportunities to sign up for a pulse clinic. Mostly, I believe, with Dr. Giovanni, who is just an unbelievable gift. He is just the nicest, sweetest, kindest, most example
Hearted person.
of heart and love and caring, and very, very talented. Spent countless years with Dr. Naram, and around the world he hosts the pulse clinics. Also,
what?
oh, I don't know. There was something gone.
Okay.
So
Memory Marma.
yeah, memory. Okay, Marmas will be.
I want to say one thing, just because Ralph is still on the call. It doesn't matter what age you are either. You can discover your purpose, and sometimes the ways in which you can be useful on this planet are so simple. Kristen and Barb sharing these stories, you just learn one soup recipe, and you can remove so much pain on the planet. From one single ancient secret. And then there's so many home remedies or Marma points or different things you can discover. And then also, it's not even about that. Those are tools to discover what is the gift inside of your soul that wants to be given on this planet. And allowing yourself to let love guide you. So yeah, for Ralph and anyone who's asking yourself, okay, how much time do I have left on this planet? No, you got so much time. There's so much possibility, and it doesn't have to be that complicated either to make a difference in the lives of those people you love. Kristen, your story about your mom, so amazing. Even this last week was my mom's birthday. And on my mom's birthday, the person she wanted me to help most was my sister, you know, who was in a lot of pain. And she had come, and she's been in this pain for a long time. And my mom just basically, it's my mom, so I got to do whatever she tells me to do, you know. And then, and then after we did the Marma Shakti session, all my sister's pain was gone. The next morning was the first morning she'd woke up without any pain. Yeah, it's so beautiful. What if you learn some of these secrets in which you can alleviate pain on this planet? But beyond that, when the pain is gone, what do you want to do with your life? This precious gift of existence. And what can we do together? And so Joseph and Susan, they've been planning this call in Sedona, I just appreciate them so much. I'm like, so good to be on a team with these amazing people. Yeah, it like makes a difference because they're only doing it out of love. There's no other thing. And all the people who are a constellation around this, and Gary Malkin being on the call today, and Cornelia and Robin and Katie and everyone, Carol Ray and all this whole team, and you, there's no accident that you're here. By now, maybe something love has already taught you that you can actually start applying that. Now is the time. You know, maybe already something came to you, and if it is, you can put it in the chat. But I just want Joseph and Susan to continue with this amazing. Thank you so much for guiding this call today.
This is fun.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. So just one quick last reminder, if you all want to change your name on the Zoom or change your name in life,
Sedona would be a good name.
to Sedona, go to the 3 little dots on your square, go to the drop-down menu, change your name, enter Sedona. So as we are heading towards the top of the hour, we were thinking, what better way to wrap this up in a beautiful, creative, wonderful energy than to bring in the closer? So we were honored that Gary Malkin said yes to come in and close this out for us. And he is a beloved member of this community and many, many other communities in which it is his purpose in life to make this world a better, loving, living place to be in heart and soul and connect with who we really are. And he does it through his award-winning music, and it is transcendent. So Gary, thank you so much
We love you,
for
Gary.
joining us. And Gary will also be in Sedona.
Yay!
And so, you know, that's worth the price of admission right there.
Take it away, Gary.
Gary, take it away.
So you guys, hi everybody. This community will always be so near and dear to me because I remember being in the Panchakarma for a month in Mumbai with Clint as he was working on the book, and I was one of many people who had the chance to listen and make their comments. And I've been with Dr. Naram that last time. It was just, the whole experience was so memorable and so powerful. And I will be always indebted to Dr. Clint and to Dr. Naram for helping me understand the loving principles of this community and this work. So I'm going to share something that I have shared, I think, once before, but I have to tell you, it's very rare. Most of the music I do is about slowing down, extending time so that our heart, soul, body, mind, spirit can come online as equal jewels in the crown of the human experience rather than being tyrannized by our lineal minds, right? But I was a 10-year-old boy wanting to write a musical in New York. And so we finished this musical that is now looking for funding, producers, a stage to put it on its feet. And this is, just imagine, this is a Broadway, this is one of the most important songs in the Broadway show we created. But the reason it's so meaningful to share is that we were struggling with this song for a long time and we just couldn't get it. And I was in the swimming pool doing laps, and literally this voice came to me as I was struggling. What is this song about for our lead character? And this jolt of lightning came to me, and it said exactly these words. It said, Revere the animating force that lives inside you. You are the love you've been looking for. Life happens for you, not to you, so say yes to who you are. Nothing is more important. And I literally was in the middle of laughing. I went, what? Where did that come from? And I called my collaborator and I said, what if our lead character, who was 7 weeks in utero in an incubator, that's her backstory, never felt comfortable in her own skin because she never bonded like most of us. And I went, what if her story is, I say yes. And so this is for all of you who have, like me, struggled with the inner critic, struggled with the inner judge, struggled with never feeling not good enough, thin enough, strong enough, man enough, whatever it is, yours is. Those were mine, right? And this is a song that comes straight from a life lived in recognizing that you can't love yourself if you don't accept yourself first in all its beauty. So as you listen to this song, I'm going to try to put the lyrics in the chat so you can really see it. But I really want you to, when you listen to this, I want you to celebrate saying yes. Say yes by saying yes to being together with this family in Sedona. Say yes to your health. Say yes to when you fall, get up again and say yes to who you are and the best of what's best for you. Okay? All right. So this is not just, oh, I need to share my screen, you guys. I don't have a co-host facility. There we go. Okay. I still don't have co-host. Give it to me. Give me the power. I still can't share.
We're going to you up right now. There we go.
There we go. Thank you. All right. And Clint, remember when you went to this the showcase of this? Here we go. Okay. So remember, this is not just a performance. This is about you saying yes to you and to everything that's good for you. Okay? Here we go.
I was waiting for someone to guide me, to explain what my path needs to be. Someone kind and understanding, someone to show me. Many have tried to help me, but it hardly ever made sense. The words would get messed up in my mind. My first response was always defense. It's my fear of the future, the fear of right now, the fear I'm not good enough, or I don't know how. Fear is the trap, it's a lie, a deception. Fears from my past have blocked my perception. It's time to move on. I feel it now, I can feel myself changing. I'm not the same, no need to pretend. When the path gets steep, I'll climb it. When sadness gets deep, I'll redefine it. Now is the time, my time to fly. I see it now, our future is right here waiting. Filled with unknowns, but we'll be alright. I'll open my heart, love will find us. Follow the flow, and love will guide us. I know what to do, I know what to choose. I say yes, this is how I live my life. I say yes to the fire that's inside. where we all feel that we belong here, where we are safe to be who we are. I'm taking a stand, I believe it. It's time to expand, and I'll achieve it. I know what to do. I know what to choose. I'll say yes when I feel the moonrise guide me. I'll say yes when the wind flows through the trees. I feel wonder in the air. Was it always there? I can hear it, how it calls me, like a prayer inside the air that's everywhere. I say yes, this is how I'll live my life. I say yes to the fire that's inside me. I say yes to believing my heart never lies. Yes to receiving the joy in our lives. This is my moment. It's now crystal clear. It's all here in my hands. I say yes to who I am. I say yes. I say yes. I say yes. I say yes.
Wow! Just imagine if that's with an orchestra on Broadway. That's what I'm seeing. You know what my favorite line is? I feel wonder everywhere. Was it always there? Like a prayer inside the air that's everywhere. That's our community. That's who we are. Love you guys. Thank you. Please support in the chat. There's just, if you want to know more about the musical, bottom line is say yes to who you are. You guys all deserve it. We all deserve it. I love you all. Mwah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you so much. I say yes. I say yes.
And remember, this kind of thing, Lisa Rafael, my co-writer, we haven't really released this yet, so it's on the website and all that. But so it's kind of tricky to share it publicly right now, but it's because it's time to get this out there. So if you have a theater company in Podunk, Illinois, that wants to put on a great theater show and put on a great musical, let us know. We'd love to put it on.
Now is the time, Gary. Now is the time.
Love you guys.
All right.
Love
Thanks,
you
Gary.
too.
Thank you.
It was so beautiful closing my eyes at first and then opening my eyes and seeing all the different members of this community. So much variety and strengths and really the power when we come together. And there was a special request that was given actually. And so Joseph and Susan, with your permission, I just want to spotlight Chris and Bob. Chris K, is it okay if I spotlight you and you can show us Bob again? I brought Bob on the call before and just how much he opened my heart. And he's been going through a lot right now. Once he started taking the Hmong, actually, Chris, you want to give just a little brief update in 30 seconds?
Sure. We've been doing mung bean soup and we got the herbal supplements. And that first week he was gangbusters. He said, hold my leg. I'm pushing it down, doing exercises. He was doing sit-ups, lifting his head off the pillow and all that. And actually it was on the 19th, the day that Dr. Naram passed was the day that my dad went into the hospital because he has 2 large kidney stones on each kidney. And so he's in the hospital right now, just doing some procedures to get it out. So in the next 4 weeks, hopefully we'll have that done. But Clint, I wanted to share at the end of some of your emails, it says, every adversity, every difficult situation or heartbreak has within it the seeds of equal or greater benefit. So we're looking for the seeds of the benefit. Now we know it's there and it will show within time. And I know that Dad's going to come back stronger, right?
Well, could we all put our hands together real quick and just send a blast of love. I believe that prayer, intention, our hearts united in this beautiful thing. Bob, we are sending you so much love. We love you and we're with you.
Yeah, where's that big smile, right? I tell you, all the people in the hospital just love this guy from the first minute. With that smile, he gets everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we thank you for all your prayers and visualizing a kidney without stones and getting back to good health so he can get onto the path that he wants and get his body working again. So thank you, Paul.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bob. Thank you for giving us a chance to love you and giving us the gift of it. You know, speaking of which, before every Sunday call, so this Sunday call is every Sunday, and whoever's on this call right now, you're welcome to continue joining each Sunday. Right now, we're going to go into breakout rooms, but right before the call, the Golden Angel Council is what it's called, this wise women, and they actually pray for people who need it. It's non-denominational, but it's that energy. So if anyone has anyone you want to include on that list, you can always let us know at any time. Reach out to Cornelia or Carol or myself, or you can put it in the chat as well. Thank you, Chris, so much. Back to you, Joseph.
All right, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you all for joining us today and for being a part of this community. And at this point, we have a tradition of everyone can unmute and we say,
rub our hands
together. We send each other some good love and energy. And
we love you.
We love you.
And I'm with you.
Love you, and I'm with you. Love you, and we love
you.
you.
And I'm with you.
Love you, and we're with you.
And we're with
We're with you.
Judy Lamar.
Very good. And now we're going to go into breakout rooms. We have a tradition of going into pods, little breakout rooms where probably most of the magic happens.
You get to share it with each other. And
so the question for this breakout room for your consideration is, now is the time for fill in the blank. So each person will have to share, will have an opportunity to share what their now is the time for. So
I do have something quickly to say, because for whatever reason, I cannot respond at the moment in the chat. So if anyone has a question concerning discount, concerning scholarship, if you could send an email to team@myancientsecrets.com, because unfortunately I cannot respond here in the chat. And the other thing is, I
was about to say the same thing, and then love just guided you to say it. It's amazing. That's the power of teamwork. It's so good.
And the other thing is, I have put most of you who have the or everyone who has the donor or send a message here in the chat, they should be in the breakout room for the donor. If not, please stay here in the main room, and then I can put you in manually. All the rest, I have kind of distributed it into different breakout rooms, and I will sort that out. So that's just from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I see one hand up. So Lawrence Katz, Reverend Sir, you have
the last word.
You have the last word, as Lawrence O'Donnell would say. Hello, and thank you for joining us, my friend.
Oh, it's so good to see everybody. I am saying the now is the biggest wow that you can ever have. Living in that space allows everything to be in the perfection that it was meant to be. And feeling the love of the community. It's been a while since I've checked in. It's just magnificent. And I just feel so heart-filled and love all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And right back at you. We all love you. And with that,
thank you, and enjoy your breakout rooms, and we'll see you next week. Well, we won't see you next week. We're going to be traveling, so we'll see you when we see you.